Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Now, can one really live off writing or from what one makes from writing? Is it possible?
I think so, yes. I think so. Although I do a couple of other things, like you have mentioned, I practice law and I also practice public relations. But I think that over the past couple of years, I have seen enough to be able to testify that writing is a profession that you can actually survive by,
Now, if I want to live off writing, what are the critical things that the person must know or must do? Yeah, but it's not just enough to say, oh, you're writing, you want to start aching out a living, from writing. I know there must be some things. So what are those things that anybody who is desirous of doing that must do?
Well, I think if you are going to live off anything in life, whether it's law, whether it's medicine, whatever it is, you must know that there is a business angle to everything that you do. Yeah, so I think it is critical. So you just don't take your writing to be just something that you enjoy, hobby. Not just one of your hobbies or whatever. If you desire to make a living, by writing, I think it's important that you must realize that this is a business, and you must be able to build a business around the skill, or the talent that you have. I think that is the most important thing. Aside from the very essential ingredient of developing your talent, make sure you are at top of your game at every time, and all of that. So basically, I think it's the business essence. Unfortunately, a lot of us who have that writing background, do not necessarily have, but it's an important element of being able to survive, as far as I'm concerned.
So how does one monetize? How does one monetize his or her writing skills or abilities?
Well, I mean, different ways. I mean, you can write your own thing, and hope to make money from what you write. That's a bit difficult, given the fact that would depend on how much you are able to sell, what you have written, But even that, people who are business minded have a way they do it. So when they write, I mean, I see you all the time with your books, for instance. You visit people, you do a book tour, and each time you do a book tour, those people who are possibly VIPs, who are your friends, want to support you, and definitely, it doesn't go. They take a copy of your book. They don't even buy it at the shelf price, So there are donations that you get towards your book and all of that. Then the other thing is that people also launch their books, and what you can do is that if you decide to make a business out of writing, you can actually plan to do 2, 3, 4 books in a year. You can also project what you think each of those books will fetch for you, and you design your marketing strategy, how you want to recoup your money, whatever you invest in the books, and then you follow it through. So it's possible. It's either you possibly go through the route of reaching out to friends who believe in you, who want to support you, or you call a launching of your book, or in the alternative, you rely on royalty. These days, there are a lot of ways that people do these things. There are a lot of platforms where book sells, where you can even write, to earn a living. I mean, like Amazon, like all sorts of platforms where people can make money. So these are the things. But there's another way, that I think people may. There's what they call ghostwriting. You have a lot of people who want to write, who cannot necessarily write, and they desire to have their books out in their own name. So you do the book for them, put it in their voice, and you charge for it, and you get paid. If you are really serious about making a business out of writing, it's possible you do 2, 3, 4, 5 books like that in a year. Ghostwriting for people who possibly have a story to tell about their lives, who have the resources but just don't have the skills to write. So those are some of the ways you can make money from.
Now, earlier on, you said something, so I would like to take you back to that thing. You write. You're also into public relations. Then you're also a lawyer. Of those 3 professions, so to say, which one has been most beneficial to you? Which one has given you the most money? Or which one brings more money? Let me put it that way. Which one brings more money?
Oh yeah, because I don't have so much money.
Okay, the one you have, which one gave you the bulk of the one that you have now?
Yes, I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I think each of the things that I do have contributed to the way I live, what I am able to do for myself. But 2 of them are very complementary. Public relations and writing go hand in hand, because writing is an essential ingredient, is an essential skill that every public relations practitioner must have. Because what we do basically is about writing, is about creating people's stories and telling people's stories. So it's an essential ingredient. So they feed each other. But there's another way these things work. The 2 of them work for one another. There are times that you have a client as a public relations consultant, and you discover that one of the ways you can promote your client, you can get your client out there, is actually by doing a book for that client. You are talking about reputation management, for instance, and you are talking to a client, and in the course of servicing this client, whatever this client work, you discover that, okay, so here is a way we can further project you and make people understand, because essentially what you want people to see with your client as a public relations consultant is that people should know them more, people should understand what they are doing more. And so a book is one of the ways this can happen. Yeah, it's also possible that what brings you close or in contact with a client is writing. And then in the process of doing this job for them, of delivering on what they want you to do, you also discover that they need a public relations service. Yes, I mean, that happens a lot of times. You see that, okay, so this person's reputation or this person's business will actually be better if we can also offer this for you. And so they work hand in hand. And in my own career, in my own practice, I have seen them work. I mean, I'll give you a typical example. There was a biography I did for somebody last year. And by the time we finished the book, we discovered that they actually, in fact, it wasn't even my idea. They realized what I did, and they saw that, oh, okay, so this guy can help us in this area. And if we use him as a public relations consultant, he will project what we are doing more. And so we did that. So the 2 of them worked hand in hand, to be honest. And I can say that in a lot of situations where what led me to someone was one, I have ended up doing the other.